Alright, I'm on hole number 18 of the Fuji Open. This is the scene of the crime on hole number 9. I ended up out here a little long, actually. What I did here was I left the wind in, because I've been flirting with this all week, and today was the biggest wind that I've seen so far on this hole. I left the wind in, I think it was 4.2, and it was just enough that it actually rolled me off into the rough. And I was able to get over, but when I went to go do this shot, I got some lag, huge lag, and ended up long of the green and missed the chip-in shot. So hopefully I won't get any lag this time, but I don't want to end up in the rough, because I want to do a rough bump up here, and I want to have a serious look at Albie. And it's not that you can't get Albie done with a rough iron, but if you brought a super accurate long iron, you have a much better shot. So extra mile, backbone. I'm going to bring a sniper. I'm going to bring a Titan. And what I wrote on my notes, what I learned from that is that I'm only going to leave 2 wind in. So if the wind's 3, I'm going to take 1 mile per hour out. If the wind's 4, I'm going to take out 2 miles per hour. If it's 5, I'm going to take out 3 miles per hour. I'm only going to leave in a couple wind, just to push me forward a little bit, so I'm a little bit better into my long iron range. I'm not interested in super flirting with that out there, but I want to make sure that I'm in my long iron range, because there is a spot out there where you're at that transition between your long iron and your wood, and you don't want that spot to be. I had that happen, and so I don't want that spot to be right there, otherwise you'll have to bounce off the island. I want to be out here so that I want my orange ring to be entirely in the fairway. So 3-7, so I'm going to take out 1 ring. I'm going to leave a little bit of wind in. Then I'm going to put some curl on it to bring it back to the right. Hitting it perfect. Now let's see if taking that little bit of wind out where I'm at, when you hit to the right out here, it's closer. And I think I still hit too far. I'm going to take all the wind out. I'm going to scratch my notes here, and I'm taking all the wind out. And the reason is that when you're hitting to the right there, the fairway's closer, or excuse me, the fairway's shorter. If you let the ball continue to travel to the left, it'll come out here, and and you've got more distance. If you're trying to bring it up here so that you have a cleaner shot going into the hole, you're actually making it shorter. So I'm going to take all wind out. Take wind out. And I'm going to put max top spin. Take wind out. That's a valuable lesson that I was able to learn here. You do not want to end up in the rough. It's not, like I said, it's not that you can't make it. It's just the whole thing is that this is a great opportunity for Albie on this rough bump, and you want to be in your long iron range. Okay, so where's max? There's max club. And there's minimum. And I'm going to just do a full wind adjustment here, which is 1.2 per ring. I'm going to try and stay a couple rings off of the transitional areas. See if I can bring it back to the hole. It's 2.8. And this hits 1.2 per ring, so there's 2.4. So it's about a ring, and it's about 2 1/3 rings. Now hitting it perfect. Hitting it perfect. Get myself a look at it. Just a little bit outside. And I was set up a little bit more towards that side of the cup. It's been taking kind of a little teeny, because of all that side spin on there, it's been taking kind of an irregular bounce to the left. So that's why I was starting off a little bit to the right. Now this is exactly what I'm talking about, where you're in the transitional mark here. Now I will tell you right now that if I'm in that spot that my opponent's in because of where I hit, I would immediately abandon that shot, and I would hit from over here and come at it from that way. because what you don't want to do is be doing max. You don't want to do any overpower on these rough bumps. You don't want to be doing overpower on a rough bump because it's too easy to blow through the rough, and then you're in big trouble. So if you can't get to where you want to be because of where you ended up, if you ended up short shooting a little bit and you end up in between clubs, then go to the secondary shot. The secondary shot is from the island. It doesn't take any overpower. The problem is a lot of times people come to these holes and they learn how to do one shot, and if they can't get to that spot, then they don't know what to do. They don't have a secondary shot in their bag. That's the only shot they know how to take on it. So they have to. So they're they're so tunnel vision focused on it that they continue to do that shot. Whereas if they'd have backed off a little bit and went, wait, I wouldn't have to use any I wouldn't have to take any big risks here. I could head off the island and I still got a serious Albie shot, but with no overpower. It's a draw. But they got away with it. That's good. It's just when I get in those shots, I'm not interested in doing any overpower, especially on a rough bump. Not a rough bump overpower fan. All right, that was hole number 18. So let's see, we ended up with a minus 25. That puts us up at the top of the bracket. There are tons of people in this bracket that have not finished their round. Let's see what we got here. And you know, this is something that Playdemic has just changed that I noticed today, is that normally you could come in here on this guy Malcolm and you could click on it and you could see where they were at in the opening round. You could see like what they've shot so far, and you could do the math and go, okay, you know, and hey, they got an eagle on 9, so they've been getting an eagle on 9 in the qualifying, and so you could look at it. But now you can't see what they're playing, like what their scorecard is up to this point. That is new. It wasn't like that before. You could go in right here and I could see where this person was in the opening round, and now you can't see that. And I don't know if that's just a glitch that something got changed and they need to go back in and fix it, or if this is going to be a permanent change. I kind of liked it where you could go in and look at their scorecard and kind of see where they were at. I'm not sure what you'd have to be at. I think you'd have to be, you know, what we're looking for really on hole number 9 is where you've shot 9 holes and you got a 14. But there's tons of people in this bracket that haven't finished. I mean, over half the bracket hasn't even finished yet. So these scores are going to change up here at the top. I'm pretty confident that come the end of the round here, what we're going to see is that it's going to take pretty much a minus 24 to be in the top 10. Probably at least the top 8. And the top players are going to be between 25 and 27. This 25 is not going to hold up in first place. I totally anticipate somebody's going to come in here with a minus 26 or a minus 27. All right, that was the opening round for the Fuji Open tournament. Thanks for watching.